There we go. Hey, good evening. Welcome to the bridge call. So welcome everyone. Welcome Danny. How you doing?
Evening. Good. How's everybody here tonight? Good to see you all.
Yes, good.
Awesome. Now that I'm here,
You're
hopefully it
fully
stays like
here.
this. Um, good. Awesome. So
All
how is
right.
everybody loving 2024?
Is it all starting off like a
Crickets?
bang, or are you're still listening to crickets out there?
Mm.
Well, according to what's going on in the world, a hell of a lot of stuff has already appeared and happened.
Yep.
Between earthquakes in about 20 different countries, tornadoes, floods in New York and New
Oh,
Jersey, aliens in Miami
haven't heard that
Mall.
one.
Uh, what else we got? The list. Well, we didn't care about the list. We already
The
knew the list.
the synagogue in New York City.
Synagogue. Yeah. I found one of the videos, so I got to look at what's going on
That's really,
there. Woo-wee!
yeah.
We're only like on the 10th.
You
Look at
know
that.
what happened with this synagogue?
Do we
They
know what
was in a synagogue in New York
happened? Oh yeah, you're in New York. What's going
during
on?
during the pandemic. They forbid it to attend synagogue or church. So
Right.
they built from the building. They built tunnel underneath to got in synagogue.
Very good.
And now police found it, and they don't want to get rid of them, of the tunnel.
Right.
Bit of a,
All right.
it's
Well,
interesting.
got a couple of different perspectives.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to bring up,
So Lucy,
yeah, I wanted to bring up, I don't know if you guys were on Cornelius today, but I got to witness, if you weren't on, but one woman, she was doing some work, and basically she was able to show us full on resistance to allowing and letting go to full on released, right? So it was, I mean, she went for like through a horrific physical time because there was a lot of releasing. But what I wanted to bring up, because I was also at a meeting last night, and the theme was acceptance. And when I look back on my life with all the near deaths, the major struggles in my life, I have to say that there was a hell of a lot of resistance going on at the time. And once I started working with coaches and stuff, they were working with me to help me understand acceptance, because I was so freaked out about letting go of control. And I was so freaked out about, not looking good, not sounding good. This is not going to go well. So I'm not going to let this go. Or I was so terrified to find out if I did let go. At that time, back 35 years ago, I thought if I let this go, the earth is going to open up and swallow me up. So there's no way I'm opening this can of worms. There's just no way. Or the other fear I had was they're going to find out how crazy I am, and I will end up in the nut house. They will throw away the key and I will never be found again. They're coming with a straitjacket. So these were the major fears that I had about letting anybody know what was really going on. And so, of course, I had a lot of pain in my body. And I had a lot of pent up emotions. So over time, I had to literally read a section on acceptance. I had to read it like almost 10 times a day just to keep releasing control. So last night it came up again, and how acceptance is basically, for me, like, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. This is entertainment purposes only. But over the years and the experience that I've gone through in my own personal experiences, I found that the very thing that saved me was acceptance. Because when I'm not in acceptance, I'm in everything else. But so, and if I'm not in acceptance of what's happening, or what happened or what's about to happen, I'm in suffering. And when I'm in suffering, I'm in resistance. I'm in denial. I'm not in allowing. So, and I'm causing a lot of problems. So I was thinking, to talk about that and to maybe create a theme. And every year I don't do like, oh, my New Year's resolutions. I gave New Year's resolutions up like, I don't know, 20 something years ago. And instead of New Year's resolutions, I created a theme. So I live the year within this theme. So you can choose whatever theme you want. Like, it could be patience, it could be compassion, it could be love, it could be, paying it forward, it could be whatever, acceptance, right? So I think I've been listening to that quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. And I thought, you know what? I think acceptance is the theme that I'll be choosing for 2024. So, and the reason why I say acceptance, like I said, if I'm not, I'm in my head, I'm thinking of, how it's going to go. I've got judgments. I've got all kinds of stuff. Now, the worst thing about it, when I'm resisting, whatever I'm resisting or why I'm resisting, there's something that I'm actually maybe pretty fearful of releasing, of knowing, of getting down to the bottom of it. And when it's like that, there's usually a lot of shame and guilt around it. Because why is it so scary to look there? Why is it so scary to know what's underlining? What's the underpinning of the suffering? What's so scary about it, right? So then we don't only have the scary, the fearful part, then we add some more stuff on top. We add like shame and guilt. And then we like get that all anchored in. But then anytime there's shame and guilt, there's blame. There's like, oh, they didn't do it. I didn't do it. Why'd you do that? It's like society did that and the churches did that. There's always something to blame or someone to blame or even yourself. And then with the blame comes another layer. Comes another layer of judgment. And we start judging those idiots and how could they do this? They're evil. They don't care. You can go on and on and on. Now, judgment is a funny thing because judgment kind of has a boomerang effect, right? So whatever you judge comes back. And why does it come back? Like, why does it come back? Because there's an aspect of me that's acting out in the way that I don't like, I do not agree with, I do not accept. That person, place, or thing is performing, acting, saying, being in a way that I'm like, I'm not accepting that. I refuse So I judge it, and 9 times out of 10, I like to say 99.999 times out of 10, there's something about that place, person, situation that I'm not accepting or I'm resisting, is basically trying to tell me something about me. And I am refusing the messenger. I'm refusing to hear the message. So judgment keeps us separate. So it's kind of like the top layer. And then, so when, okay, let's release the judgment of it. It's like, okay, I'm going to let go of the judgment. And then we bring it down. It's like, okay, well, we got to stop blaming. It's like, yeah, but come on. Like, I didn't do, like, why would I would never do this to me. So we have to let go of the blame. Because when you came here, you signed on. Now, why did you sign on? It depends on what you came here to do. Okay. Maybe the life prior to, it was amazing. You're like, well, that was amazing. So let's try something else. Because it's a playground. So as I'm saying all this, I want you to think about some of the things that you're resisting. What are you resisting? And if you're on Cornelius today and you saw this poor woman literally heaving, like fear and control, and and this is not going to look good, and what are they going to think of me, and all those stories, this thing is coming out. Like, she couldn't stop it after a certain point, which was great.
Wow.
And believe me, I've been in that situation a few times where you can't stop this thing, and it's gonna, and I did not look good. So
Okay.
I don't know if everybody read my email, but there was an attachment there, and it has like 10 questions on there. And the 10 questions are, you looking at your life and looking at where you're playing comfortable and where you're playing like irritated comfortable. You're comfortable, but you're really irritated about it, but you're not irritated enough to get uncomfortable. It's like, well, right? So if you go through there and you score yourself, this is going to give you a score on your dissatisfactions. And why do you want to go into the dissatisfactions? Because, listen, if you're on the call and if you're doing this type of work, you're heading into 5D, okay? You're ascending. Like, you've already, the soul says it's a go. So your journey can be like amazing, or it can be like, holy shit, that was one painful ride. And being a human being, like, we all got to go through bumps and scrapes and bang ups. But when we look at the dissatisfaction, we can literally like get more honest with ourselves and help release it. Okay. So we're not like, our head's not in the sand about it. Doesn't mean like, oh, I have like every area of my life that I'm completely dissatisfied. I'm not saying to tackle it like that. I'm just saying, what actions can you take today for this aspect of your life? What action can you take tomorrow for this part of your life? So if you have like relationships, or you have your health, or you have your, money, or you have your living, Like for me, I'm trying to acquire as many living areas as I can. Like, let's see if I can get 4 or 5 places to live in at one time. I've accumulated, I think I've accumulated like 3, and I'm gonna work on the 4th one. So,
Yep.
so I attached a list of questions. So on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you score below 75, there is dissatisfaction, like bubbling underneath.
Yeah.
And it's just to become aware. It's just to like, you know, okay, yeah, definitely. Or your career or your work or where you live, you know, there's just a few questions. We're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna have you like heaving and well, maybe in the meditation.
Yeah. Yeah, as we go on.
So how's everybody doing with so far with that? I just have it like acceptance. Acceptance is the doorway to freedom. Acceptance doesn't mean you're going to like it.
It's gonna be easy.
You might go, oh my God, this really sucks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, what are all the things that you're not accepting? Okay, well, you've been on the planet for like 40, 50, 60, 70 years. So you've accumulated quite a few things. And you, prior to coming, you also get handed down lineage, information, behaviors, patterns, belief systems. And you're also working out, God knows what you're working out in past lives and lineage karma. Right? And doing a lot of work with Franco, and we went under quite a few times, and we had to go into past lives because, you know, how I was being here was just not making sense. And finding out that it was a memory from a past life. It's crazy. So we are going through some crazy times. We've never done this before. So even though we're going to look at our dissatisfactions and what it is that we're not accepting, also be very gentle with yourself. Because the only way you can get through this is with love and kindness. Okay? Because you can be like, believe me, I come from being a hard ass and being extremely hard on myself. And, you know, I'm not going to even feel an emotion. I don't stop to even take, you know, take notes, or I don't even like look at the undercarriage of my car. Like, I don't care how it's hanging in there. I just drove on and it didn't matter. But I still had to now resolve that method of going through life, because it was still another aspect of me that didn't allow me to get into my heart. It still had me like, move, go, hurry up. Why are you still standing there? You know, so extremely frustrated, extremely irritated with, and it felt like I was irritated with humanity. But it wasn't. I was irritated and frustrated with myself. So how do we change what's going on in the planet is by changing what's going on inside. And a big way to change that is going back and looking at all the things that you went through and all the things that you didn't accept, that you're still harboring, that you're still guilting out about, that you're still pretty shameful about, that you did and that you didn't. All the things that you did and all the things that you didn't do. It's like, you cannot go back in time and change it. What's done is done. So it's going to sit there, done. or undone. So you have to come to some kind of terms with it. So you might as well just go, it happened the way it happened, and it didn't happen the way it didn't happen. So if we back up to the lineage, my parents were the way they were, and they were the way they weren't. There's not a damn thing you can do to change it. The only thing you can do is just let it go in this time, okay? Now, past lives is another little trick, and lineage and all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not that we can't let them go. Like, they will keep resurfacing. Like, if you have a lot of fear today, or if you have a lot of anger today, like over the top or over the top sadness, this is coming from many lives. Okay, so many lives are coming together, and we're clearing all that at one time too. So it's not like you're not clearing the past lives. Now, there's another aspect of this that I was working with another coach, yesterday. She goes, because the word was, okay, I'll see how it goes. I'll try and I'll see how it goes. You know, I'm going to just see, you know, I'll figure it out, and, you know, and hopefully it'll work. So this is another thing that doesn't allow us to be responsible. So what if it didn't work out? Well, I showed up and, you know, it didn't work out. So then that's like opportunities to start the blame game. It's like, you know what? I did this, it didn't work out, blah, 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 if it wasn't for blah, blah, blah. So I started saying to her, and this is something that I always have to say to myself, it's like, trust yourself. Trust yourself. It doesn't mean you know everything according to your mind, but trust yourself that you're doing the right thing. Just trust that you can heal yourself. Trust that you can be okay. Trust that, you know, you are connected. Trust that you are clearing. So if it's like, if you say like, oh, I did all this clearing work, but I don't know if it worked. So it's like, you're going to do all this clearing and then top it off with, but I don't know if it worked. So basically it's like, you just undid everything you did. So when you do the clearing, top it off with, I trust that it is done. Because whatever that clearing that you just did is done. Now, there may be over time something else you need to look at another layer, but it doesn't mean that that aspect that you worked on didn't get complete. It got done according to what you needed to get done at that moment. So you got to trust that. And then when you get into it, intuitive thoughts, downloads, visions, you're hearing voices. How can I be reading this person's mind? Who is this being that's just walking through the house? Trust it. Trust it. Trust it. Okay. And that's how you strengthen. Okay. Like the Miami Mall. Apparently, 3 huge beings were seen. Now, the place went into crazy, and they had like 50 cop cars and all that, because, you know, it was like the first time these things were, you know, showed themselves. But did they show themselves, or did we get prepared to see? Did we like do enough work for the veil to come down so that we could actually see? Because they've been walking around amongst us for a long time. So if we're like having a hard time just trusting our own, like, oh, did I just hear that? Like, what's going to happen when we see these 18 feet beings? It's just like, okay. So every day tune in, and every day, like, try, like, oh, what is, like, I'm going to tune into that person and see if I can hear what they're saying in their mind. Or choose a car that's going down the street and say, okay, that red car is going to turn right at the fourth stop sign. Like, play with it, work the muscle. Or when you go to bed at night and you want to get some information through your dreams, ask your consciousness, ask your beings, ask your whoever, say, okay, I want to remember the dreams, and I also want to work this out. And then also let them know, like, and I want to remember when I wake up, which is what I was saying to my guides a long time ago. It's like, I want to remember my dreams when I wake up. And then eventually to the point where I knew I was in my dream, and then I could switch the dream around. It's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're going to change that, get rid of that. Let's go over here instead. Because you're in the dream, it's you. All right. So I've said enough. Said enough. So I'd like to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I have a couple of things.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I'm
You can always
wondering
count on
about,
Charlotte.
well, I did look at the attachment that you had, the scorecard, and there's a lot about happiness in there. And I've always had this sort of question about happiness. Like we're supposed to understand what happiness is, but what is happiness to me? Like, how do I rate happiness? Or how do I understand the number that happiness is supposed to be? Or am I supposed to be walking around smiling or laughing all day long? Or, you know, and maybe I was working towards that at one time, but now I consider maybe happiness being, if I'm peaceful today, I'm happy. I don't necessarily have to be laughing or smiling or whatever, but you know, like expectations or questions about that. And the other thing is, can I ask my spirit support team, say, so I want to look at resentment, say, can I ask them to just help me with that, to help me reduce those or work on that, or how? I want to ask properly.
Sure.
Correct way.
Yeah, the right way. I want to invite help.
Yeah, absolutely. You can ask them anything you want. And past experience has, for me, when I ask questions like that and I'm not that specific, it's like, oh, I want to get rid of all my resentments. Boom. I got a tsunami.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
whoa. So yeah, be
Oops.
specific about what it is you want to open a can of worms up. Be specific, or in what
Like,
area.
so if I have
Right.
resentments with some people, I prefer not to have those resentments. I don't want to carry those. I want those to be resolved, or, you know.
So my question is always like, to my guides, is help me understand how I'm being that way. Because once I can understand how, when I was that way, or how when I act that way, so I can get a sense of the turmoil that's within me on how that person is being, in order for me to cop a resentment. So then that way I can get more into healing that aspect of me, so I can let go of the resentment.
Okay.
Because it's just, don't kill the messenger, just hear the message.
Yeah.
Because they're there to serve, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I've had some like really seriously strong resentments, more so this year than ever in my life. I can really have some sharp feelings that I haven't had, like emotions that I haven't experienced as sharply as I have this year.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the energies, you know, like 2023, early 23, and a little bit in past in 22, that the frequencies on the planet are climbing, and all these issues, you want to call them, traumas and dramas, are a low vibration, and they're being pushed right up in our face now. I felt that so much. Even myself had a couple of issues come up in the last few months that I had to take care of. So because the planet is at another vibration now, these old things are low vibration, can't come into this new frequency. So they're in our face now. So
Okay.
like you say, Charlotte, in the last year, you've had so many things come up. This is for the collective. I talked to a lot of people on this subject, and everyone's having their stuff come up. Why am I thinking about this thing when I happened when I was 6 years old? Why is that on my mind today?
Yeah.
You know, the old things that happened, whether it was a fight or an argument or an issue, and it's coming right up to us now because, okay, I got to look at this. I have to work with this. I have to accept it, work with it, and let it go, release it, and forgive. Forgive is ultimately the best goal, is to forgive all the things that have been done to us, right?
Yeah.
And to forgive ourselves also.
I've got that Okopono, whatever it is, on speed dial.
Good.
Good. It is an
Oh,
awesome
I love
prayer.
that prayer.
Yeah.
That's an awesome prayer.
Because life can be lifing the
Yeah.
way it is.
So
And then if
go ahead.
when life is lifing the way it is and we react to it, then we're just hurting ourselves. Because all life is doing is lifing.
Yeah.
Right? So that person is
Sure.
just doing what that person is doing, and that
You're-
cashier is just doing what that cashier is doing, and that driver's only doing what that driver's doing. But we
Well,
have it like, well, it should be like this, and they should be like that, and da 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 da.
I'm trying to get to the point where I say, thank you for bringing that up for me. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for, making me struggle with this.
Yes,
I haven't
so
got, I haven't got there yet. I haven't got there.
Good. To look at the bright side of it. You're right.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah. That's how I
It
go when shit comes up, and I'm like, oh, blessings, blessings, thank you.
Thank
There's a
you.
little
Grit your
pony in
teeth.
this pile of shit somewhere. If I just keep I heard that so long ago. It's like, there's a pile of manure there. It's like, and the guy was like, I want you to go shovel all that manure. And one guy said, I'm not shoveling all that manure. And then, so he quit, left the job. And then so then another guy came up and goes, I want you to shovel all that manure. And he was so excited. He got in there and started shoveling all the manure. And then he's like, what are you so excited about? He goes, all this manure, there's gotta be a pony in here somewhere. It's all on how you look at it, right?
Yeah,
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. So I
exactly.
looked at happiness also, and happiness has changed for me too, from years
Agree.
ago. Happiness used to be like, you're laughing your head off, you're having a good time, and wow, what a great time that was. I'm so
Friends.
happy. I'm with my friends, we're partying or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's different now. Like happiness is different. Right? So, and we could be in the elevator, and a long time years ago, my coach, she says the elevator doesn't go up and down, it goes left to right. Do you ever see the
Okay.
numbers? Left to right.
Mm. Yeah.
It's like you may
That's
think
right.
you're going up and down, but you're actually going left to right. It's like, whoa. So
It's a different perspective.
different perspective, right?
Yeah.
So
Perspective.
Danny, did you have anything else you wanted to say? I'm thinking that we can do a little meditation and actually help release the resistance and get into allowing, accepting, and see what.
I mean, you did it all. I liked what you said about with all this stuff that's coming up for us is really to try and be gentle with ourselves. And remember, you're a very high vibrational soul being. You just happen to be in this dense body. experiencing this. You're an angel. We're all angels. We're beautiful
Mhm.
souls. Just that on this earth plane, we have to trudge through all the dramas and the traumas, right? And to not be hard on ourselves. That's one of the things I see is what we all do. I had a difficult time in my life and I was very hard on myself, very hard on myself. And so if we can break through that being hard on ourselves and open up the door to acceptance, to let's see what we can do with this, that I can heal from this, I can move forward from this. You know, that's the real thing, like Lucy's been saying. So in your meditation, I'm going to bring in a whole lot of healing energies.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we're going
Can
to
I
work together
add
here.
something before we start?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we've all heard this, that you need to do a gratitude list. So I've been doing it, even though sometimes when I'm feeling really, excuse the word, shitty. And
Right.
Matt Kahn said that sometimes you use the gratitude list to escape, or you're doing it for a wrong reason. And I'm like, no, I'm doing it for the reason because I'm trying to see that there's some good stuff in my life, not just the bad stuff. So that lines
Right.
up with acceptance, allowing, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So
Yeah.
this story that you have about how you're doing it for not good reasons. What did
Yeah,
you
Matt
say?
Kahn.
To escape.
Yeah,
Matt
Matt.
Yeah,
Kahn?
I know, Matt.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
he had an
So
article recently. He said that sometimes you do gratitude lists because you're sugarcoating things, or you're just not, I forget the exact words. And I was like,
Avoiding.
no, I'm not doing it because, I mean, yeah, it's hard sometimes, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to see that I do have blessings. It's not just, oh, bad. Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So,
You know, gratitude is a very high vibration.
yes.
Very high vibration.
it's like the new love vibration, gratitude.
Right.
Right up there.
It's very powerful. And I've been doing it a lot the last year and a half.
And years
Very
ago, my
good,
gratitude
you know,
list
to be
used to be
good.
like 25 to 50 deep before I could like give myself a break.
Mm.
Like I'm grateful for the shoes I wear. I'm grateful for
Right,
my
every little thing.
brush.
Right,
Like
right.
I had to like, get 50 things down on paper before I could finally get my head out of my butt. Like, so it works. I mean, I don't have to go through 50 things today. I can, 3 or 4.
It is.
Yeah. And if you don't mind sharing that acceptance, what was it? Was it acceptance affirmation? Something that,
Oh,
again,
the thing that I was reading?
to remind, because we need to keep remembering, because it's so easy to go down. You have to keep,
Get distracted.
yeah.
Yeah, very be distracted.
All right.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Um,
Sorry, I had one question about your scorecard. Lucy.
yes.
Uh, what range, which is good, 1 or the 9 or whatever? You
Sorry,
didn't
what was
say.
that?
What range are we talking? The range, which is the better one? The higher is the better, or the lower?
Yeah,
Higher
so
number.
the high one is on the left side are all like lowers. So if you have
Okay.
like I am very, very unhappy, so that's number 1, to I'm blissed out. That's a 10.
10.
So
Except for the
and
first two or three, I consciously disagree with all the rest.
okay.
Okay.
Just, it's just a measuring thing.
Yeah,
It is. It
Um,
makes you think.
just makes you think, right?
Yeah.
So acceptance is the key.
About life and
Acceptance,
where we're at.
here's the thing I used to read every day. Acceptance is the key. Acceptance is the answer to all of my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, or thing, situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me, and I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my whatever, rage, sadness, physical ailment, I could not stay peaceful, serene, unless I accept my life completely on life's terms. I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and in my attitudes. This is what I had to read over and
Very
over.
good.
That's nice. Could you share
nice.
that in the email if
Yeah,
possible?
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, I was
great.
going to
Thank
say the
you.
same.
That is good.
Yeah, it's very good.
So, so when we're in this meditation, I want you to connect with consciousness. And, you know, like Charlotte was saying, can we ask? Absolutely, ask consciousness. That's what they're like. They would love for you to ask. They want a job. They want to be put to work. That's why they're
Spirit
getting paid the
guides.
big bucks. Like they want to,
Sure.
you know, your job is to put out the intention. You know, and then allow consciousness to do whatever happens. Okay. So it's not like I'm going to put the intention out and then I'm going to figure out how to do it. And then I'm going to go out there and do it. And then I'm going to figure out, you know, no, stop. So it's like allow consciousness to provide information or to provide the next person that comes to you says whatever. It's like, oh my God, I was just thinking about this. I needed to get this resolved. So allow consciousness to set it up for you. Right. So, and so consciousness can also reveal to you right now, to you in your list of gratitude, to you in your next phone call, to you at, you know, the next time you go out, it will reveal itself. Okay. And don't get so like, well, when are they going to tell me? When am I going to see it? When it gets
Let that
shown,
go.
that was the perfect time that it needed to get shown, or it needed to be seen, or it needed to be understood, or needed to be heard. Because so many things get orchestrated. Okay. So Easy does it on the demands, on the Santa Claus list.
Yes.
You know, like I want this and I want that for Christmas. It's not a Santa Claus list. It's a commitment to changing your life. It's a commitment to healing your life. It's a commitment to raising your frequency. It's a commitment to connecting, you know, to the all, to the oneness. It's a commitment to you being the higher version of yourself. Now, depending on the load, depending on, you know what, it may take a couple extra days. So you have to be patient.
Yeah.
And, you know, my
Patient, that's right.
expectations were like way the heck up here. I couldn't even accept my own expectations that were like 10 feet high. I couldn't even reach them. So I had to keep bringing them down. It's like, okay, eye level, shoulder level. Okay, put them on the floor. Let go.
Can I ask you something? Are you recording or did we forget?
No, recording.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shoot, we're
This is
not
good
recording.
stuff. It's good stuff. I want to listen to it again.
All right. So
Please do.
as Danny and I go through this meditation, Danny's going to bring in the big guns and stuff. Like we're all going to bring in our own big guns. Okay. But, you know, Danny has special access to the healing spirits, the shamanic.
I earned it.
Yeah. So let's all sit back and relax and, you know, just really concentrate on allowing and accepting. It doesn't have to be your theme for the year. You could pick something else, but I know that that's been through experience. It's like, what am I not accepting? All right. So everybody ready to see what consciousness has to reveal? This means yes, this means no, this means I don't know what it is you're doing,
Yes, yes. we
I
are
got a
ready.
yes there from Nina.
but I'm along for the ride. All
Yeah.
right, so
Mhm.
everybody sit back, relax.
Well,
We're just
let's
into a
bring
little
spirit in.
and so close your eyes and really get present to your body, get into your body and feel your body. And if anything is tense or feeling pain or stressed out, just breathe into it. Give it some breath. Give it some movement through breath and allow the flow and allow the movement to cross through. All right, so we're going to take in 5 deep breaths, consciously breathing. So as we take big breath in and a big breath out, and we do it nice and slow. And as you're breathing in, we're going to start connecting to our energy centers. First and foremost, the 7th energy center, the crown chakra above your head. And a good way to take in deep breaths is starting at the root chakra, inhaling it all the way up through your body, right to the crown, and letting it out through the crown like a whale spouting out its water. So long, deep breaths slows everything down and allows you to get present. Now, in present time, there is no resistance. There's no irritation, frustration. There's no war going on. So if you're still feeling irritation and stuff, just continue to breathe. And as we keep breathing, we're going to activate all our energy centers. We're going to open up all our energy centers and we're going to activate them to the frequency of happiness and joy. Now just start feeling your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plex, sacral, root, start opening up and all the way down to the bottom of your feet, the chakras under your feet. So they're slowly opening up and slowly turning clockwise. And as they open up, they start to pick up speed, not only in the front of you, but also in the back of you. And as the crown energy center opens up, we have gold and white light coming in from the solar sun, galactic sun, and our sun. Oof, lots of solar beam light coming in down on the top of our head and moving down through our body with the golden white light. It's like liquid gold coming through, nice and easy, infiltrating. Now I'm going to call on all consciousness in this group and anybody else that's going to be listening to the replay. So we're calling in all consciousness, all spirit guides, all souls, all higher selves, higher versions of ourselves, future versions of ourselves. We invite you to come in and assist. Brighten up the circle. All our angelic beings, the fairies. So the whole purpose of coming together this way is to become an allowing being. So opening up yourself to consciousness, having a communication, having a relationship to consciousness, your own consciousness, creating a better relationship, a more committed relationship. And you continually breathe, to let go of your thoughts, just continually being present with consciousness, with the light within, the golden liquid light fluid coming down through your body, moving down through your energy centers. Relaxing your nervous system, relaxing the vagus nerve, relaxing all the organs. Now I want to emphasize the solar plex, the digestive system. And just agreeing to being able to digest life. Allowing to be able to digest life. So allowing all the movements to go through your body, including your digestive tract, small intestines, large intestines. And really expanding the energy center there and increasing the light. And also connecting to the solar system. So at this time in your mind, you might want to mention or ask your consciousness about what it is that you would like to have shed some light on. Better awareness, better understanding, point you in the right direction, get some guidance, or just help on releasing, help on loosening the grip, letting go of the control, not being so fearful, increasing the trust in yourself to go in and get whatever you need to get, to release, increasing the courage, being able to lean into whatever it is you need to look at. And allowing consciousness to help you. And when you're asking for assistance, that is a whole other allowance. Don't ask for the assistance and then resist. So ask for the assistance and allow the information to come in. Allow for the releasing. So it requires that you continually to relax and be open. And just give it a few minutes. And in the few minutes of, instead of trying to think about what's happening or think about what's about to come, why not hang out at the beach or walking through the woods? Or relaxing in your favorite chair? Just allow whatever's happening happen. Allow whatever messages you're getting to come up, whatever visions you're getting, or whatever feelings you're getting in your body. Maybe you're feeling tingling, vibrating, heat, cold, numbness, pounding, cool breeze. Maybe there's a part of your body you need to relax more. Keep letting go of control. It has served you well up to this point, but you're no longer needing so much of it. So we want to activate the heart chakra, increase the frequency, activate it, open it up, increase the speed, raise the vibration, increase the light. And bring in the correct frequency, bring in a new frequency of joy and happiness. And when you allow that frequency of joy and happiness come in, just feel what's happening to the chest area. Maybe you need to be more aware of breathing in life, taking deeper breaths, slowing the breath down. And just know that everything that you may be worried about, or that you're thinking you have to do this and do that, just relax and know that it's being taken care of. Take the time for you right now. So restoring yourself to your original blueprint, increasing your DNA frequency, activating your cells. Upgrading the operating system. And they're saying, don't be such in a hurry to get there. Take your time. Feel your heart. What energies do you feel around you? Who is on the right of you? You don't have to necessarily know them from this life. Who is on the left of you? So we're moving the liquid gold all the way down through our centers, down our legs, down beneath our feet and into the Gaia, all the way down into inner earth, connecting into the fifth dimensional inner earth beings, Gaia's healing energy frequencies. In full acceptance, all is well, right here, right now. Being activated, being upgraded, opening up. Releasing everything that's ready to go at this time. Clearing out the energy centers. Clearing out your energy field. Being more connected to here, the people that are here, the beings that are here to assist. And if you want to bring anybody that's in your life into the circle, you can. Bring anybody in energetically, just with your intention. And ask that they come in, step in, and that they can also be upgraded. And your consciousness can speak to their consciousness. What is it do you want to know? So we're going to let go of all judgments, all guilt and shame. Let go of all the blame game that we play, resentments, and bring in forgiveness, compassion, kindness. Just slow it down. Blue rays, blue beams. We got blue beings here. What are you seeing? Who are you seeing? What colors do you see? What are you feeling? If you have any pain in your body, ask consciousness to clear it for you and allow it to happen. And trust that it is happening. Beautiful. Danny, do you want to add anything?
I want to say that there's so much support here for us, always is. And we brought in a tremendous amount of support here right now with the guides and the angels and Jesus. They're all here with their hand on our shoulder, assuring us that we can do this, that we can let go of those things that don't serve us anymore. And there's a tremendous amount of light here amongst us all, and a great deal of love at this time. It's just a beautiful, beautiful ceremony, so to speak, right here, right now. And to wallow in this beautiful, beautiful energy, I don't want to leave. So there, just to remember that we're never alone. We always have spirit. We always have angels and spirit guides around us and supporting us. And I think it's very good for us to speak to them often and say, "Thank you for helping me. Is there anything that you can do, do for me?" Ask, to ask them to assist you and to guide you and help you work through all these things that we need to let go and resolve in our lives. They're always there. They're always willing to help us. And so we are so protected and surrounded and supported. It's just so visual. And it's always nice to call on them and say, "Please help me through this today. I'm having a bit of a rough day. Can you please, help me to understand what is going on here, that I may resolve it." Because ultimately we have to do the work, but they can make that work so much easier. Just call on them, assist them, feel that they're right there beside you, holding your hand. And that's what they've been doing through this beautiful meditation here today. Just like to share that with you.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
So you can end with staying in the space. And if you've fallen asleep, excellent. Or if you'd like to come back in the count of 3, come back to your body in this reality, but also with one foot in the other reality. And we can take 3 deep breaths in and out. And as I count down, we're going to be fully awake and fully here. 3, 2, and 1. You can open your eyes. Except for Danny.
What was that?
Ah, thank you so much for that
Yeah.
beautiful energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Strong
Always a
energy.
joint effort.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
Strong
We are
energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was very powerful.
What was that?
It was very powerful. It was
Mm.
really great thinking
Yeah.
connection.
They were all here in great numbers. Great numbers. We were just surrounded by so many beautiful beings, you know, right up beside us with their hands on our shoulders, supporting us.
Excellent.
Very heartwarming.
Mm.
And of course, Lucy, you did an amazing job.
Oh,
Amazing
Conscious.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so go forth, go multiply the loving kindness for yourself and
Mhm.
others. Thank you so much.
Right?
Thank you.
Especially
Thank you.
yourselves.
Blessings to you.
We'll see you next week.
Mhm.
Take care.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care.
Bye.
Love you all.
Bye.
Take care. Smile.
Mhm.